Module 1 Culture, Unit 3 Inspiring Architecture. Exercise 1. Refer to the book, page 24. Exercise 2. Listen to the fact file, then answer these questions. A. What do the descriptions and the numbers preceding them refer to? B. Work in pairs. Choose a building or a house you know very well and plan a similar fact file for it. Fact file: 1 million white tiles, 10,000 or more organ pipes, 2,679 concert hall seats, 645 kilometers of electrical cable, 588 concrete pillars, 183 meters long. Exercise 3. Listen to the description and then answer the following questions. A. Which building is the person describing? B. Fill in the gaps with the correct adjective as you listen to the text.
Unit 3, 3.1, page 24. Exercise 3.
It's definitely worth going to see this renowned piece of modern architecture. I went last year, and it's absolutely impossible to imagine the harbour without it. The design style is called Expressionist and is very distinctive. The same architect who built the National Assembly building in Kuwait designed it, and it's easy to see why it was made a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2007. When I first saw it, I thought the geometric structure evoked the style of a ship. That's because of the giant framework of concrete shells that are formed from different sections of a sphere. It's so large that engineers had to drill 588 concrete pillars into the sea to secure its foundation. From the outside, it might look huge, but inside it seems much smaller. The venue interior is slightly old-fashioned now. That's because it's over 30 years old. There are 5 main performance venues: the concert hall, the opera theatre, the drama theatre, the playhouse, and the studio. The largest venue has 2,679 seats, whilst the smallest has a maximum capacity of 400 people. There's also a forecourt, which is sometimes used for open-air concerts. Going to a performance in any of the venues is expensive, and it's very difficult to get tickets, but you can walk around some areas for free.
Check your understanding. Exercise 4. Listen again and answer these questions. A. Make quick notes on the following. 1. How the building was constructed. 2. Opinions about the building. B. What information do you think is missing from the description? Compare your opinions with those of a partner. Exercise 5. Are these statements true or false? Justify your answer. A. The Sydney Opera House and the National Assembly building are very similar in their design. B. All the tourists who have visited the Sydney Opera House believe that it evoked the style of a ship. C. The Sydney Opera House isn't as huge inside as it looks from the outside. D. Not all areas of the Sydney Opera House require visitors to have tickets in order to visit. Think and speak. Describing, expressing likes and dislikes, giving reasons. Exercise 6. Refer to the places in Exercise 1. A. Choose one sentence from each pair and complete it with your own ideas. 1. I'd love to live or work in a huge modern building because, or I would not like to live or work in a huge modern building because. 2. The best thing about modern buildings is. Or the worst thing about modern buildings is. B. Compare answers with those of another student. Do you agree with each other? Grammar. Comparatives and superlatives. Grammar reference pages 126-127. Exercise 1. Find the adjectives in this short text. The Kuwait Stock Exchange is a large and important center of finance in the Gulf region. It is a tall, modernistic building situated in a busy part of Kuwait City. The main trading floor is substantial and the big offices are very spacious. Note, the suffix er is added to adjectives for comparison and the suffix est to adjectives in the superlative form. Exercise 2. Give the opposite of the following adjectives, comparatives, and superlatives. The adjectives: short, tall, thin, heavy, luxurious, fine. Comparative: shorter, taller, thinner, heavier, more luxurious, finer. Superlative: the shortest, the tallest, the thinnest, the heaviest, the most luxurious, the finest. What are the comparative and superlative forms of the irregular adjectives good and bad? Exercise 3. Refer to the book, page 26. Compound adjectives. Grammar reference, page 127. Exercise 4. Listen to this compound adjective and its meaning. It's a 7-star hotel. It means it's a hotel with 7 stars. Now, rewrite these phrases using compound adjectives. A journey of 20 kilometers. B, a meal with 3 courses. C, a block of 44 stories. Vocabulary. Buildings in Kuwait. Exercise 1. A. Use words from the box to describe the pictures. Residential, commercial, cultural, governmental, public, state, private, trade, educational. Picture A, a house. Picture B, a museum. Picture C, a mall. Picture D, the National Assembly. B. Discuss these questions with a partner. 1. How many different rooms do you think each building has? 2. How many different types of people do you think use each building? 3. Which of the buildings would you most like to spend an afternoon in, and why? C. Write the different parts of a hotel. Think and speak. Exercise 2. Work with a partner. Describe your favorite building in Kuwait. Pronunciation. Exercise 3. Listen and repeat these words. Where is the stress?
3.2, page 27. Exercise 3. A.
Cultural,
B.
commercial,
C.
governmental,
D.
environmental,
E.
confidential,
F.
residential.
Exercise 4. Now listen and repeat the words in sentences.
3.3, page 27. Exercise 4. A.
Let's watch a film at the cultural centre.
B.
It was first built for commercial purposes.
C.
A governmental organisation has helped me with my studies.
D.
The floods caused major environmental damage.
E.
Be discreet. That information is confidential.
F.
I'd like to live somewhere less residential.
Speaking. Discussing plans for a new airport. Listen. Exercise 1. Refer to the photograph on page 28 of Al Wafra in Kuwait. Then discuss these questions. A. What do you know about Al Wafra? B. Would you like to live there? Why or why not? Exercise 2. You are going to hear a conversation among 3 people who live in this area. As you listen, answer these questions. A. What is the bad news? B. What 2 locations are mentioned?
3.4, page 28. Exercise 2.
I thought it might be something like that. I've heard rumours.
Not bad news, is it?
I'm afraid so.
What's the problem?
They're planning to build a new airport right through Al Wafra.
That sounds like good news to me.
Unfortunately, the main runway of the airport is only about 2 kilometres from the town.
How will that affect us?
Well, the aircraft will be very noisy, and they will have to destroy some beautiful countryside to make the runways.
Could they change the location?
They could build the airport on the other side of the oil field.
That would be more expensive because the land is worth more.
But it would be better for the town.
Yes, you're right.
Exercise 3. Listen again. What suggestion does the speaker make? How does the other speaker reply?
3.4, page 28. Exercise 2.
I thought it might be something like that. I've heard rumours.
Not bad news, is it?
I'm afraid so.
What's the problem?
They're planning to build a new airport right through Al Wafra.
That sounds like good news to me.
Unfortunately, the main runway of the airport is only about 2 kilometres from the town.
How will that affect us?
Well, the aircraft will be very noisy, and they will have to destroy some beautiful countryside to make the runways.
Could they change the location?
They could build the airport on the other side of the oil field.
That would be more expensive because the land is worth more.
But it would be better for the town.
Yes, you're right.
Discussion and presentation. Exercise 4. Work in groups. You are going to discuss the new airport location and make your own suggestions. A. Talk about the points below. Use expressions from the useful language box. 1. The advantages of building a new airport. 2. The disadvantages of building a new airport. 3. The needs of people who live in this area. One student in each group should make a written note of the best ideas. B. Present your ideas and suggestions to another group or to the rest of the class. Each member of the group should talk about 1 point from question A. C. Finally, have a class vote to nominate the best ideas. Useful language. 1. Making suggestions. They could. Do you think it would be a good idea too? What about? I or we suggest that. I or we recommend that. 2. Agreeing with a suggestion. That's a good idea. That sounds good. Why not? Brilliant idea. I agree. 3. Disagreeing with a suggestion. No, I don't think so. I am not so sure. I don't think that's a very good idea. I am not really keen on that idea. Quote, he is happiest, be he king or peasant, who finds peace at home. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Writing a formal report. Task: you are going to write a formal report to send to the city council about building a new airport near to your town. Listen and analyze. Exercise 1. This is a report by a group of local business people who want the airport to be located in Al-Wafra near the town. A. As you listen to the report, match these headings with the appropriate sections of the report. 1. Conclusion or recommendations. 2. The benefits. 3. The reason for writing. 4. The worries of a minority. The report. 2. The Ministry of Transport. From the Al-Wafra Council. Subject: the proposed new airport. 1. The objective of this report is to comment on the effect that the new airport development will have on Al-Wafra. 2. The majority of the council believe that the new airport is a profitable idea. They think it will create a valuable commuter link to other Gulf countries and strengthen the economic growth of Al-Wafra. This will benefit all the inhabitants. In addition to this, people will be able to commute to Kuwait City in 10 minutes by helicopter. Currently, this journey takes 1 hour by car. 3. A small group of people in the area are apprehensive about the effect the airport will have on their lives. In particular, they think the school will be badly affected. Some of the senior citizens have also voiced the concern that the airport will bring an unwelcome influx of traffic to the region. 4. This group welcomes the building of the new airport and looks forward to the benefits it will generate. However, we realize that the noise from the runway may have a detrimental effect on the local school. For this reason, we advocate that a new school be built in another location. B. Work in pairs. Listen to the report again. What can you say about 1. Its appearance. 2. The beginning and the ending. 3. The language, verb forms, etc. Plan your report. Exercise 2. Now plan a report to the Ministry of Transport giving your group's opinions. 1. Decide what your section headings will be. 2. Think about the ideas your group previously discussed. Write and check. Exercise 3. A. Write your report in about 150 to 170 words using your plan and the business report. B. Check spelling, grammar, and punctuation carefully. Useful language. 1. Stating one's purpose. The purpose of this report is: this report will consider 2. Giving reasons. For this or these reasons, because of this. Focus on traditional dress in Kuwait. Traditional dress has always been important within Kuwait and still continues to be so. Kuwaitis take pride in their country and its traditions, and this is expressed through the clothes they choose to wear. This article talks about the traditional clothes of Kuwait. The ghutra. The ghutra is a square scarf made of cotton and is worn folded into a triangular shape with the fold in the front over the gahfiya. Whilst the ghutra is worn in a variety of colors throughout the Middle East, in Kuwait it is generally white. Not only is the ghutra worn formally, but also it can be worn casually, depending on the wearer's desire. The igal. Igal is a doubled black cord that is used to secure the ghutra in place. It is usually made from tightly woven black goat hair and sheep's wool. The gahfiya. The gahfiya is a small white cap which is worn underneath the ghutra. It helps to keep the ghutra from slipping, is always white and comes in a variety of styles. In some countries, the gahfiya is worn by itself without the ghutra, and when it is, it can come in a variety of colors. In Kuwait, however, it is more usual for it to be worn underneath the ghutra. Dishdasha. The dishdasha is a loose garment which covers the whole body down to the ankle. The dishdasha is an important symbol of equality and is so suited to the climates of the Middle East that its design has changed little in hundreds of years. In hotter months, men tend to wear white robes, whereas during winter, many people don dishdasha made from wool, which are often darker in color. They are usually worn with loose white trousers underneath, called sarwal mikassar. The dishdasha is sometimes also accompanied by a bisht. This loose robe is worn on top of the dishdasha, especially in colder weather. Bishts are either made of cotton or camel or sheep wool and are always trimmed with beautiful golden embroidery. Paired conjunctions. Paired conjunctions are often used in both spoken and written English to make a point, give an explanation, or discuss alternatives. Their structure is strict. Example: I would love to take both my laptop and my cell phone. Exercise 1. Match the sentence halves to make a complete sentence. A. Both Anwar. B. Not only do we want to go. C. Either Omar will have to work more hours. D. That story was. E. Students who do well not only study hard. F. In the end, he had to choose. G. Sometimes it is. The second half. 1. But we also have enough money. 2. Neither true nor realistic. 3. Not only wise to listen to your parents, but also interesting. 4. And I are coming next week. 5. Either his career or his hobby. 6. But also use their instincts if they do not know the answer. 7. Or we will have to hire somebody new. Exercise 2. Find in the text 2 sentences that have paired conjunctions. Exercise 3. Choose another 2 sentences from the text and rewrite them using paired conjunctions.